Hello everybody, Ian Robson, welcome back to an episode of Coffee with Ian. My coffee's a little cool now. Lots of times you're leaving your cold bedroom. It's funny, one of the things I noticed the other day is often when I start recordings, I'm sure you've seen this in Coffee with Ian multiple times, I'll do this. Totally from Wayne's World, if you've ever seen that movie, that's what it's from. But I just started doing it a long time ago and just always did it so like I would count to three, like 1, 2, 3, and I'd always bob my head up and down like that too, just like in Wayne's World, we're like 5, 4. Anyways, those people remember that reference. But what I realized the other day was when I do that now, if I'm using track IR, the camera will start doing like this, looking down and up, down and up, down and up. So when I kind of realized that, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that now, because it'll, give people a little bit of a, people who maybe, what's the right word? I guess catatonic is the word I'm thinking of, maybe, who can't see like, big changes in movement really quickly. Motion sickness, maybe, I guess might be a better way to put it. Anyways, like maybe I shouldn't do that. So I felt like Wayne in Wayne's World once again, where he's like, they're trying not to count. They're like, but made me laugh. Anyways, good news, everyone. Another reference for a show. The Oregon DLC is now out. It is delightful. I haven't done much driving in it. What I realized was I think my profile in American Truck Simulator is corrupt or something, because it keeps crashing when I use that profile. But when I use my other profile, the one I downloaded a while back, just for multiplayer purposes, that has like no mods in it, it was fine. So I think it might be my profile that I might need to adjust. Now the thing I don't know how to fix and would like to fix is if I could, delete respective files in my profile and make it non-corrupt, but it might be easier just to start from scratch again. I don't really want to do that because I kind of like where I am in the game. But what I might do is I might download not like a ridiculously high level character, maybe just like a level 30 character, something like that. It's basically where I am right now. So that was one of the things I was thinking about doing to fix my problem, which I think that's the problem, at least, that my profile is corrupt. It's a bit sad because I've never had that problem before. It's only in this latest patch that I've had that problem. But the weird thing is, like, I've used mods for quite a long time now, and I just found that within the last patch, it seems to be the problem. And I believe it's to do, now I read something in the Steam community. If you ever have problems with any game, check out the Steam community. Usually they're pretty good, and some people have had the same problems. What I noticed in there, and sometimes depending on what's the deal, people might get pinned in certain scenarios if there's a lot of problems with it. So anyways, so it seems like it may be like a sound file that's causing the issue, but it's because it's like saved on my profile. It keeps crashing it. So like I can play sometimes without a problem, but as soon as something like some specific thing happens in the game, it'll just crash. And I can't replicate every single time, but it seems to be when I'm in the outside view of the truck and I'm looking around a lot. So I don't know what the actual deal is there, but it seems to be the problem. So I haven't done a whole lot of driving in Oregon yet, unfortunately. So that is my dilemma at the moment. So just the way it goes. But I did notice that the truck I like to drive, the Viper's Peterbilt 389, has been updated. It's version 2.2 now, so it's good for the latest release. I have to double check to see if my other mods that I was using have been updated. So I use, there's a parking brake sound one, there's longer yellow light mod, there's real logos. What else do I use? There's a couple other ones. There's a gear one as well. So there's a few ones that I would like to continue using, and I'm not sure if they've been updated yet. I need to have to spend some time and take a look through that. So maybe I'll do that this afternoon or not. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting day. So I don't know what the weather is like. Let's see what the weather's supposed to be like today in my area. It's supposed to be rainy and 17 degrees C, so 45 degrees Fahrenheit for those Americans out there. So 7 centigrade and 45 Fahrenheit. So not a super warm day. That's the max as well. And the low would be 7 degrees C. Right now it's 7 degrees C, sorry, and or 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's supposed to go up to a high of 17 Celsius. I'm not sure what that would be in 62 Fahrenheit today. That's the high. So I don't know. It looks like it's supposed to be raining, which is not great for the farmer's market today, because my in-laws, they do a farmer's market every week, and that may not be the best day for Thanksgiving weekend, because here in Canada it's Thanksgiving weekend, I should say. So we'll see. So I may go. I was thinking about going fishing this afternoon, but if it's raining, I may just stay in and play some ATS Oregon, which wouldn't be a terrible thing really, but it'd be the first time I hadn't gone fishing in a while on a Saturday. So unless I'm on vacation, but even then when I was on vacation, I was at a fishing resort, so it's kind of hard not to go fishing every day. Anyways, so that's that. What else is new? In the fact sheet Friday, they released a couple interesting things. The biggest, most notable thing for me personally was the fact that they are going to include a big M in. They're going to include a big M in Farm Sim FS19, which is pretty sick because I love the big M. And Spud's with me on this one. He loves the big M too, and I think it's a fantastic mower. I really do. And also they're going to have some New Holland skid steers, which is nice. Never driven a New Holland skid steer. I've driven a Bobcat, deer ones of course, and I think that's it so far. I don't think I've driven a cat one yet. So they're going to have a New Holland skid steer loader, 18 kilometers an hour, 35,000. That's pretty cheap. For a brand new skid steer, there's no way. Maybe a used skid steer, but I don't know. Anyways, maybe it is that cheap. I'd have to look that one up. And then a high dump bucket. Next thing I had is a Vultra side slinger. Oh no, it's a Vultra. The Vultra's a tractor. I was like, wait a minute. The Vultra T series, $175,000, reverse drive control. I never used that, but anyways, they have that. There's quite a few options looks on that one. And there's also a Kuhn manure spreader side slinger, 180 horsepower requirement. You can change the wheels, and it's a side discharge, looks like, up to 10 meters, which is interesting. So, and then of course the Big M, which looks fantastic in the shot they've taken there. So it's a Big M self-propelled mower for 449 horsepower. We actually have a Big M. Do we still? No, I don't. I have to take a look. We had it in the yard. I don't know if it got sold or not. Working modes, widespread swath. Oh, you can actually drop swath left, right, or center. Oh, that's interesting. That's new. And it looks like from the same picture, they have the grass in it, and it looks like the grass basically drops the same way it does right now, which is kind of lame. They should maybe work on that, but who knows? I guess if it's working, why fix it? I guess so. Anyways, so that's what's going down in Farm Sims today, at least. So, and then the last fact sheet has the Challenger, the case sort of thing. So, haven't seen many John Deere things. Let me just take a quick look back. They've had Komatsu, some case stuff. They had the Wilson Triller, which I'm pretty pumped about as well. The Seedhawk again, or the Vaderstadt. It's a Vaderstadt Seedhawk. So Seedhawk is actually owned by Vaderstadt, so I guess that's why they've done it that way. That must be part of their agreement. And then the John Deere they have is an 8R series. So I've seen one John Deere. That seems to be an 8R. I think there's a 7R. I don't know if they've got anything lower than that, like a 5R. Because a 5R can go up to about 125 horsepower if memory serves. I don't sell those tractors. I try not to keep... well, I have to remember some stuff about it, but not all of it. So anything basically, in the way the John Deere works, I sell everything from the smallest lawn tractor all the way up to a 4000 series compact tractor is what I sell basically in my job. So if it goes to a 5000 series, it's considered an agricultural tractor, and then one of my colleagues takes that. It's funny, when I first got hired, the only thing what they said to me was, the only way you're ever going to sell an ag tractor in your position when you start is if there's no way in hell you're going to lose the deal, basically. So that's what they said to me, basically. So I haven't sold any. So basically, if anybody asks questions, I'm like, oh, hey, go talk to that guy over there. He'll be able to help you better than I will. But he's been dealing with them a lot longer, so it makes a big difference. So yeah, that is what's going on with Farm Sim. And I tried... The other day, I actually went into the Hunter Call of the Wild. Still a fantastic game. I really love that game. I could spend so much time in that game. They added ducks a while ago in the latest DLC. They added ducks in an update, and then they added equipment and blinds associated with that in a DLC, and I picked that up the other day. And it's a lot of fun, actually. The ducks, the funny thing I noticed is that what happens is, with the ducks, if they're hovering over if you go over the water and you take a shot at a couple ducks and they fall and you get them in the water and they drop down, they kind of just float towards you magically, which I thought was a bit strange. But I understand why they've done that, because they haven't implemented like a retriever, which would be very cool to see if they had a retriever added to the game, as because they have the wildlife, they have the mechanics of like the animals walking around already. I just don't know how they would implement like the dog. Like you'd want to have the dog be able to sniff trails out. So like if you're following the tracks on something, I'd love to be able to call a retriever in and be like, okay, let's go find this animal. Can you find it, sort of thing, and then follow the dog as opposed to traipsing around everywhere, which you still would eventually, but at least you know where you're going. So, anyways, that's it for me for today, folks. I realize how much I've been babbling on here already. My name's Ian Robson. I hope you've enjoyed. If you like the challenge, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Coffee with Ian. And of course, until next time, enjoy the coffee. Yep, still needs to be hot coffee. Catch you guys later.